Football Show is powered by the all-electric Chevy Silverado.
Welcome to the Pro Football Show presented by the Chevy Silverado. Check out the first ever all-electric Chevy Silverado. Visit Chevy.com to build your own Chevy Silverado or the Silverado EV. Week 5 of the NFL. We have Taylor Lewan back in his Spooktober hoodie or crew neck or whatever. Dad's sweater. Yeah. It is October, and as we were talking about before the show, this is peak football time, but also peak your season. Like Spooktober is just your holiday.
Yeah, it's everything and more. And it shouldn't just be my holiday, it should be everybody's holiday. Because if you're a person that loves Thanksgiving or Christmas, this is the opening ceremony to all holiday season. So if to buy into Spooktober is to buy into everything.
And you watch a new scary movie every day?
Not a new scary movie every day, but I definitely put something on the holiday theme every single day, whether I watch something or not. I'm a father. So Hotel Transylvania was on October 1, Spooktober 1. So got that whole thing done.
Dan, do you buy into Spooktober yet?
I'm starting to. At first I was like, what is he talking about? A whole month of this stuff? This was a couple of years ago. Now I kind of see it. I see the vision. Now, do you ever do spooky stuff like the Chiefs-Titans AFC Championship game?
No, but I can get into that.
Is that spooky?
That is spooky. Yeah, I could definitely.
Like if I put on the Bears double doink, would that qualify as Spooktober?
Yes, especially in your world.
Just watch like your favorite team just losing. Is that spooky enough?
Yeah. Cardinals Titans 2021. That's a game that I would put on, and that would be the scariest movie I've ever watched in my life.
Will could put on the Illinois game from a few.
No, the Big Ten Championship.
Okay.
Wisconsin.
That would be.
Yeah, that's spook. That actually might be too far.
Right, that would be over the line.
It's too spooky, but it is. And Dan, you said before the show, let's talk some ball. How are the records going? You guys? Oh, you went
spooky
9-5.
Yeah, Bill and I both went 9-5. I feel like this is week 4, week 5. That's right when you start to kind of figure out, okay, this is what these teams are. Throw out the preseason rankings. Throw out what you thought before the season started. You have a couple teams that are like surprise teams that you didn't expect. We're starting to get locked in. And
you did say on the college football show today that you had a great NFL Sunday last week.
I did.
So you're feeling good.
I did.
Will, how you feeling?
I feel solid. I had an abysmal week 1. 27-33 doesn't feel the best on paper, but knowing Dan is having a good year, the way I see it, and I've spun it, is I'm only 4 games back. And
iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, what a week to just get back in and get a game or two up on Dan.
Jerry, how you feeling?
Great, incredible.
Yeah?
I'm with Taylor with the whole October thing.
Yeah?
Love it.
Oh, yeah. You're about it, Jerry?
Well, I was out on October and Halloween until I had a kid. Now I love it.
Yeah.
But then do you watch? Yeah, we're all parents here, so we have to be a little bit. Do you watch like adult scary movies?
I'm still scared of Michael Myers.
Good. That's good. That's a fair fear to have.
Yeah.
It's a logical fear.
Yeah.
But then you have to watch it to get that adrenaline, right?
Yeah, of course. I watch it all the time.
Okay. I do feel very old and washed that we're all sitting here talking about our kids' Halloween costumes. Like I feel like life is really hit us fast.
No, but that's what it is. Halloween is fun for little kids.
Yes.
Then it sucks from like 14 to 18. Then it rocks again from 18 to 24. And then it sucks again until you have kids.
Yeah, well, unless you're an outlier like me. But yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
For normal people, that's how it
Like
goes.
when you were 26 with no kids?
I had a kid, but yeah. I know
Okay, when you were
24.
24?
Yeah, no kids, I still was like.
Okay, all right. Always Halloween.
Spooktober.
I would go to a haunted house also.
Yeah.
Oh, I do love haunted houses. Post-college, though, is like you get a little sad because college Halloween is so good.
Exactly.
College Halloween is the best. Okay, let's get to the storyline games of the week presented by the Chevy Silverado. We will start with the game in England. The Jets at the Vikings, 9:30 a.m. Eastern on Sunday. The Vikings -2.5. Will, I will start with you. I know you were kind of high on the Jets last week a little bit. They look
miscalculated.
Awful. They look
very
terrible.
bad.
And the Vikings continue to roll. You're also high on the Vikings. The Vikings are for real.
Yeah, I love the Vikings. The question is going to be like, how are they going to handle themselves in London? The Vikings playing in London are 3-0 over there. Their last win in 2022 with Kevin O'Connell, so that staff has some familiarity with it. But to go back to the Jets, I mean, they can't run the ball well. I feel like, who is it, Coach Hackett?
He's a dummy.
I feel like there's nothing inspiring about the offense. Like 1 week they get into it, they got the 2 back looks in the backfield where they're utilizing both. Last week, obviously the weather played a factor, but they're trying to establish the run. They can't run the ball whatsoever. Very undisciplined team, 13 penalties. I'm going with the Vikings because they feel a little bit more dependable. They're a little more consistent. Sam Darnold, he's playing very well. I think he's getting himself in the MVP conversation. They can run the ball. Flores, I think he's going to, again, attack the running game. They struggle a little. What? You don't feel good about
sigh.
it?
I'm just hearing
That was
Dan
a-
breathe right now.
Well, that was
Because
a-
he feels
I think
like
he
because this
sighed,
could
yeah.
be like.
It
you're
sucks
like-
that this was the first game
it
because
seems
I
like it's
don't.
so obvious.
Yeah, the Vikings are obvious and they are so good. They're
Yeah.
playing so well. They've only trailed for 3 minutes and 26 seconds all season, and the
know.
3 minutes and 20 seconds was against the Giants week 1 when they muffed a punt.
Yeah.
So
That's a great
I-
stat.
But it's crazy.
That's a
they're
fantastic stat.
dominating. They dominated
Yeah.
the Packers. They obviously let them back in the
And you
game.
feel like they're too dominatory. This is one where they can slip up.
I'm just always trying to find the moment where it's like, all right, sell high on this team. And I think the Vikings are a very good team. I think they're going to go to the playoffs. I think they're going to have a great season. So it's not like sell high on them for the rest of the season. It's just the Jets. Like, I know that guy, Aaron Rodgers. I know him like the back of my hand. When he feels cornered, when he feels like, everyone's talking about the Jets' offense stinks and there's communications. He was saying cadence. They were having an argument about cadence. It feels like no one's on the same page. That's when he's just like, I got this. That's it.
Isn't this it wasn't the
You're getting me
Dude,
close.
because I was sitting here and
I'm
I was
going
like,
Vikings.
yo,
I'm
I
going
was going to
Vikings.
go Vikings too, but after everything Dan said, and he just starts with an immaculate stat, it's like, you kind of just go, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is the man, and I feel like London is always the ultimate equalizer.
Yeah.
Teams that are hot kind of get a little cold. Teams that are cold sneak
It's a
one
weird
in.
spot.
It's a weird place to be.
It's going to rain probably. There's like 50% chance rain. It's going to be cloudy and gray.
Yeah.
That makes me
Spooky.
nervous for
Spooky.
Aaron Rodgers.
Spooky.
'Cause he can't move.
And spooky season too.
Right.
Right now, the period of time we are in the football season is now when all the people start whispering about hot seat, the coaches that are on the hot seat.
Hackett's on the Hackett. Well, Hackett. I'm convinced Hackett might not even. They give him like a dummy headset. He's just talking to no one because Rodgers is doing it all himself.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, but
Solomon?
they're also without Morgan Moses. They're not protecting him well, even when they do throw the ball.
yeah, they got the Penn State
And-
kid.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm gonna
Flores.
take
He's
it.
like second in the league in dialing up early pressure. Like they're going to go after him.
Yeah.
I feel
This
like
is
it's
also
Vikings.
the game. Weren't the Vikings the square pick last week?
Yeah, no, Will's
And
been right
Will's
about the Vikings.
Yeah, he's been right.
He's been right.
It's a good feeling.
He's been right about the
I'm gonna
Vikings.
take the Vikings, but I'm nervous about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like my pick either. So I have a lot better opinions about other games.
You are going with
I'm
the
going to take
Jets.
the Jets, but I don't like it.
Okay, well then we'll go to Sunday Night Football. The Cowboys at the Steelers. The Steelers -2.5. Jerry, I'll start with you. How are you feeling about your Steelers?
Tough game. I was totally off last week. I thought that was a game they would dominate, and they played like shit, down 17-0. Came all the way back at the end, but fell short. Tomlin always has those type of games year after year, but I feel good about this week. Not super confident, but listen, they're home Sunday night. That place is going to be rocking. There's no Micah Parsons out. Lawrence is out.
yeah.
Brandon Cooks is out.
And they already have an abysmal run.
Yeah, their
Yes.
run
Yeah.
defense is bad. Steelers pass rush is going to eat. So I'm going to take the Steelers.
Dan?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Jerry on this one. The defense for the Cowboys was already getting kind of bullied, and now they're missing their two best players, or we want to say 2 out of their 3 best players. I just think the Steelers are going to be able to run the ball here, and if they can run the ball, everything works for them. And I'm a little nervous about Dak because, like I said last week, if you look at the Steelers' first 3 weeks, they played not great quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins is good, but it was his first game back. So I thought that the Steelers' defense was a little bit inflated from everything that we saw the first 3 weeks. Came back to earth last week against the Colts. But this is like a focused Mike Tomlin spot. Maybe double renegade?
Yeah, they could have double.
Double renegade.
Very rare, but
if
they
they
could.
told me they did double renegade, I'd
What's
take
double renegade?
They played renegade in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
And the Steelers always get a big play after it.
Yeah.
Like instant. We went to Steelers Bears.
Yeah.
2 years ago. They played renegade. Instant fumble for the Bears. Like instant. Sometimes they'll do double renegade.
Yeah.
They'll play it back to back.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like not even fair.
Right.
That's when TJ
It's
does the
putting
face.
cheat codes in GTA.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a double renegade game because they do usually save it for big ones, but depending on how the game goes,
Sunday night, though, it's big.
They might hit the double renegade.
Is there too many renegades in a row?
No.
They could hit a triple,
No,
quadruple?
TJ, I played golf with TJ. He's like, when they play that renegade, he feels his blood rush.
Yeah.
And why don't they play
It's
it more
crazy.
often?
No,
They
seriously.
should play it. They should play it every before
Dude,
the play.
Then why do they not play it every time?
it's fucking incredible. No, because you can't. If you use it too much,
Yeah,
you lose it.
you can't abuse it.
Yeah.
even as an opposing team,
abuse it.
when Renegade comes on, the whole stadium goes crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like, wow, this is awesome. I
Yeah.
can't believe this is not our stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Taylor, are you buying into the double renegade?
Yeah, I like the double renegade. I like the Steelers in this one. The Cowboys are an interesting team to me because like so many teams use the run game to open up their pass game. I feel like the Cowboys like do it reverse. Like they just rely on Dak to like, hey, you got to throw it a little bit, and then finally they get the run game going. With the Steelers defense, with TJ Watt rushing the passer, I just don't see them getting going in a big way. And I love the whole thing about 2 of their 3 best defensive players being out for the Cowboys. I think the Steelers take this one. Justin Fields continues to have a great percentage of completions, and I think Arthur Smith gives himself a job after this year.
Ooh.
Head coaching job?
Maybe the Cowboys.
Wow.
I'm with them. I'm going Pittsburgh. I like
like
run.
that.
I like run game. I like home field advantage. And even though Justin Fields, he only has 3 touchdowns on the year, like he's doing a good job of taking care of the football.
6.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 6. Okay.
He ran 3 in.
Got you. Got it. But no, I like home field, and it's only 2.5 points. I like the Steelers here.
Okay, let's go to Jerry's Picking Zoo, presented by Stella Blue Coffee.
Good one.
Football season is back, and it's fall weather here in Chicago, so go get the maple pumpkin pie and the apple crumb cake blends.
Delicious.
So good. They're available in both ground coffee and K-Cup varieties. Grab Stella Blue's limited edition fall flavors today at StellaBlueCoffee.com. Use promo code football to enjoy 20% off of any order $25 or more. So poor Osmo, he finally lost. He went 3-0. He lost.
Correct.
The game
That was
right
right. I saw
time.
that clip.
Faded
Yeah.
at the right time.
Yeah, you faded him at the right time. So I don't know what animal is next, but I guess we'll see. Run it.
All right, welcome back. Pro Football Show, Week 5, Jerry's Picking Zoo. Unfortunately, I know you don't see him here today. Osmo, he lost last week. He gave us a loser. We shipped him out. He's done. Me and Malasek, we went to the Lincoln Park Zoo the other day. We're walking around. We spot this guy here. Cosmo, the gambling panda. Cosmo, not Osmo. He's gone. Cosmo, the gambling panda. We'll see if he can pick our game of the week. We got the Ravens versus the Bengals. So sad to see Osmo go. He was 3-1, but we couldn't have him on the show anymore. Those were the rules. Cosmo. Mr. Cosmo, the gambling panda. Let's go see who we're picking this week, buddy. Let's go.
Gambling panda.
It's the Ravens. It's the Ravens. There's a theme here. There's a theme here. Every animal we've had on this show seems to go to the right. They seem to go to the right. It's the Ravens, but it's the Bengals too, but it was the Ravens first. And he left a treat on the Bengals. He can't see anything. Cosmo can't see a thing. Bengals, book it. We'll be back next week.
Gambling panda.
But
Gambling panda.
Did you guys see the clip that went viral of an actual zoo that was painting dogs like
Yeah.
pandas?
Yeah.
Is that where that came from?
man.
Yeah, they got caught spray painting them. Okay, definitely not Osmo. It was Cosmo for the game of the week. The Ravens at the Bengals. Taylor, are you gonna ride with Cosmo, or are you gonna?
Yeah, fresh slate, new dog. I think.
It's a panda.
Panda.
Sorry,
Panda.
new animal. I'm gonna take the Ravens here. We were on the locker room yesterday, and I had some ridiculous stats about how the Bengals haven't covered in their last 7 games against AFC opponents or something like that. I think the Ravens look good. They're moving the ball well. They've officially figured out a way to use Derrick Henry and utilize him, and without giving the ball 25 times a game, without just making Derrick Henry your entire offense, they are really finding a way to roll, and it makes me really excited for the Ravens' future. So I'm taking the Ravens.
Dan?
Yeah. I'm going to take the Ravens as well. I have a question for you guys. Derrick Henry, so you guys obviously are good friends with Derrick Henry, played ball with him. He might be the last running back to go in the Hall of Fame. I was thinking about this the other night.
Whoa, Christian McCaffrey.
Is he retired?
No, but I'm saying the last running back to go in the Hall of Fame.
Right. Is Christian McCaffrey going to keep playing?
I think so.
What if he doesn't?
Then that's a
he a Hall of
that's a
Famer?
big hit for white people everywhere.
I agree. I'm just saying. So I was looking at it last night. Derrick Henry's going to there's a possibility because of the way the running back position is gone, he could be one of, if not the last guy that we see reach 10,000 yards. He's, I think, 17 yards away, so he'll get it in this game. Like, the list is crazy. The list of 10,000 of active leaders, like Joe Mixon is 3,500 yards away. Ezekiel Elliott probably won't play for much longer. He's 1,000 yards away. Like, you have to go down to maybe Jonathan Taylor, if he's featured back for the next 5-6 years, he could get it. but it's crazy to see what the running back position has done. It's more like we need to cherish Derrick Henry and what he stands for because he's a throwback in the modern day that we may never see again.
I love that take.
Yeah.
I do too. And like
it's crazy.
him busting open that run and hitting like 22, 23 miles an hour.
Dude.
It's kind of like he still has it.
He still has it.
Still has it.
Still
at that
has
level.
Still him.
But it's nuts to see what's happened with the running back position. So he has, I think he's 5 touchdowns away from 100. If he gets 1,000 yards and 100 touchdowns, I think he'll only be the 9th running back to ever do that. He'll be a Hall of Famer. Guys just don't play as long as him and have that production and stay as healthy. So it's a dying breed, and we need to just cherish the moments of Derrick Henry here.
And this is year 9 for him?
This is year 9, I believe.
Yeah, and his first 2 years, he really didn't see the field very much.
Right.
Like that.
I mean, there's some guys
7 years of dominance.
Like Saquon, if he plays for 6 years more, he probably will get there. But there's no guarantee now with the running backs because the minute you hit 28, 29, they just ship you out and find someone younger.
Yeah.
If there's something to take away from this show this week, it's what you just said about Derrick Henry. It's like The
cherish
Office
it.
when you're like, I wish people told you were in the good old days.
Correct.
That's this moment right here.
Correct.
That was great.
Yes.
Will, who you
I'm
take?
Baltimore as well, and I'm going to give a shout out to the production team. I'm going to say Tom here, but Baltimore 12-3 straight up in the last 15 as favorites, 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 versus Cincy. Just to go along with everything else these guys are saying, I'm also on Baltimore.
Also, I know we don't do nerd stats, but I'll throw a nerd stat out there. DVOA, Aaron Schatz, who tracks it, he's been tracking it since, I think he's gone all the way back to 1979. The Baltimore Ravens are the second best 2-2 team he's ever tracked in those, 40 years. So they're better than their record, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Like they are,
And Lamar
they're 2-2, but they have been playing, they've been dominating games. They dominated that Raiders game, fell away. They almost won that Chiefs game. They're better than a 2-2 team.
Yeah, and your best player, leader, quarterback, Lamar Jackson, always getting on the podium and talking about how winning is the most important thing. I think that's big for them in their locker room.
Yeah.
Let's go to the playbook picks presented by DraftKings. What's better than watching football on the weekend? It's watching football on the weekend with the DraftKings Sportsbook app in your hands, and they're hooking up all new customers who bet $5. You get instantly $200 in bonus bets. You can follow all of us and all the Barstool personality picks on the betting group on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Just use promo code PRO, P-R-O, and get $200 in bonus bets instantly with just $5 on any wager. Promo code PRO only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. All right, Dan, your playbook pick of the week.
My playbook pick of the week is the Bears, -4 at home against the Panthers. Now, these next 5 games for the Bears will tell the story of their season. They have a softer schedule coming up. They have to go 4-1, 3-2 at the worst. And it starts with the Panthers. Caleb Williams is playing good football. He is, if you're a box score watcher, you might be like, you're fucking making this up. I watched the games, I watched the tape. He's playing good football. He was the #1 quarterback against the blitz last week. He's making the throws, still got progress to go, so not a finished product here, but he's playing good football. The Bears defense is too much for the Panthers. The Bears win this game and cover. Also, Caleb Williams, if they cover this spread, he'll be the first #1 overall pick to start 3-0 against the spread as a favorite since Eli Manning.
That's a good
Pretty
stat.
good company. Pretty good
company.
Pretty good company.
Wait,
That
why
guy
were
won
people-
2 Super Bowls.
Why were people giving him such a hard time about his celebration last week?
It was goofy.
Yeah, but Caleb Williams is kind of goofy.
Yeah, but it was goofy. Listen, I'm not going to be. I'm biased, but I'm also going to be unbiased. We got to clean up the celebration.
Gotta clean up.
That's it.
Gotta clean it up.
You have.
It was like jumping and like doing a double fist pump. It was goofy.
It's like 80s stuff.
Yeah, it
You
was
see like old
goofy.
clips from
It
the
was
grainy
goofy.
film. You see the guys jumping up in the air.
But
I mean,
if I know Caleb Williams like I know Caleb Williams, he watched that tape. He's like, listen, got to clean that up.
Yeah.
Goofy.
And there's also 52 other guys you can bounce ideas off of too.
Correct.
Like get him in a think tank, get him in a brainstorm
Correct.
with the boys.
I kind of like him just being himself. If he
Yeah,
wants to be
that's
goofy,
fine
let him
too.
be
but-
goofy.
so far.
you
Yeah, if
can
he was
say it's
feeling like
goofy.
he was feeling happy in the moment, that's what came out of his body.
Yeah.
Right.
So be it.
Like,
Yeah.
you got to listen to your body. He wanted to be goofy.
Yeah.
It was goofy.
Did you see the house he bought?
Yeah, nice.
Beautiful.
Real nice.
Oh my God.
Bought
Yeah.
a fucking
13 mil.
awesome house on the lake.
Wow.
Yeah.
13 million?
Right on Lake Michigan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's a home,
Yeah.
not an apartment.
It's
No.
it's a home.
It's a compound.
He's here to stay.
It's a compound?
Yeah.
He made a statement.
Yeah, you walk into that place, it's a home.
It's not a house.
No, it's a home.
It's a home.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take the Bears.
Okay.
I'm riding with the Bears. I'm riding with my boy Big Cat.
There we
this,
go.
this is a game where it's like,
Andy Dalton.
I want to see him.
Andy Dalton hasn't beaten the Bears. One of the 3 teams he hasn't beaten.
Bears.
Bears.
Yeah, I want to ride with BC because even if I drop this one, I'd rather be in the foxhole with BC on.
There we go. I also think, like, I'm obviously biased, but I do think the Bears are the better team, and their defense has been, since Montez Sweat was traded to the Bears, so that's last 9 weeks, 8 weeks of last year, and then the first 4 weeks this year, the Bears have been the 5th best defense in the NFL.
Okay, Will, your playbook pick.
The Commanders. Commanders at home. Last week I was talking about how they handle winning going into Arizona. They got a big win against Cincy. You don't like it, Dan?
No, I want to hear what you have to say, because this is one of those games I had as just like a big question mark.
Right. And I feel like the way Jaden Daniels is playing, everybody knows the stats. The team, they haven't punted the ball in the last 3 games. They've won on 16 consecutive scoring drives. I feel like just the place overall, the district. Dan Snyder, he gets out as the owner. They have new ownership. They found their front office that they want to back and like. They found their coaching staff that they want to back and like. And now they've hit on their franchise quarterback with Jaden Daniels. I feel like that place is on fire right now. And then getting to come home after 2 big road wins for Washington, I love the Commanders. Minus 3.5 here.
Taylor?
I'm with that all the way.
Okay.
I think Jaden
Riding with
Daniels
the
is
boys.
special. I love the way he's taking care of the football. I think he is awesome.
I don't think the
Dan's
Browns
struggling.
are very good either.
The Browns,
are the worst vibes team in the
Worst vibes, and so much so that people are saying that, like, hey, Deshaun, he looked pretty good, like, and he only threw for 176. So that's where they're at as an organization.
Emotionally,
Amari
mentally.
Cooper's on quit watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time quit
Yeah.
watch.
Watch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Big time quit watch.
That's tough.
Nick Chubb is back, though. I don't know if he'll play,
I
but
was going to
he's
say,
back
is
in
he
practice.
playing? Yeah, I saw that.
It seemed
Which will
like-
be a big boost for them.
Right,
when
the
he does come
vibes,
back.
they're a bad vibes team, but I watched a video yesterday of Nick Chubb showing back up at practice. You could tell that changed the vibes a little bit.
Jack Conklin also probably back.
Okay, that's big.
Tackle.
I'm going
Dan's
to take the
struggling
Browns
with
plus 3.5. I don't like this pick at all. So Jaden Daniels is incredible. He is the guy. Like, he has been incredible, so good. Everything he does he just looks calm. You know what I mean? He's got that CJ Stroud look of last year where it's like the poise is there, the calmness is there. The reason why I'm taking the Browns, and I think the Commanders probably win this game, but the Commanders have played some really bad defenses, and this is a better defense, and I think that maybe they make it a little bit harder for him, and it's not as perfect as it's been.
Yeah.
And they get in more of a dogfight game that's a 3-point game. So I don't like this pick at all.
What's crazy with Jaden, too, is even when he's uncomfortable, his ability to just
Yeah.
throw a missile in just the most awkward-looking spots.
Extend plays.
Yeah.
Question for you guys. Cliff Kingsbury, he notoriously, when he was the head coach of the Cardinals, his teams would start red hot and then they'd fade. Do you think that can be applied to offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury, or is it like, hey, all he has to worry about is the offense, that won't happen?
I think culture comes to the head coach first.
Okay.
I think him being in the
can
OC
fix
role.
that.
Yeah.
I think it's likely to see the Commanders do a little bit of a slide at some point in the season,
Right.
with the rookie wall and all of that.
Yeah, because it just was clockwork. Where Cliff Kingsbury, September, they'd be 3-1, 4-0, like lighten up the offense, lighten up the league, and then they would just defenses would figure out what he was calling, and it would just fall off a cliff. I don't think that's gonna. That was a good pun.
That was a good pun.
I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I'm just more curious if you guys have any insight into like a head coach who then has to only worry about offensive, coordinating. Does that make his job easier? Can he be better at adjustments, all that stuff?
Yeah, I think so. And I think another example, too, is Artie Smith out at Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And the head coach being DQ,
Yeah.
I never played for him, but every player that had played for him when I was their teammate spoke very highly of him and the way he kind of ran the operation.
Yeah.
Okay, Taylor, your playbook pick.
Yeah, my playbook pick, and I'm really still trying to figure out the concept of this section here, because I was at the Miami Dolphins and the Patriots, and I realized to myself, I don't.
That's a terrible game.
ugly game.
Terrible.
But it's-
Ugly game.
But
So
it's
I
just
stayed
whatever
away.
it's whatever you're feeling.
Right, and
Whatever
my
you're feeling. Whatever you're feeling.
Texans
Okay.
Okay.
against the Bills.
Oh, we're switching playbook pick.
Yeah, I said that right before we started the show.
Got you.
I said, and
Got
I didn't make an announcement. I kind
You
of
told me
said
it
it as
was
a
just
one-off,
right.
which
Okay.
is the only person I really had to tell. CJ Stroud, right dog. Tank Dell, dog. Nico Collins, dog. And Joe Mixon, there's a couple articles that came out last week. They were saying, hey, he's probably good to go, but we're going to hold him back one more week. This is the week he finally gets back, so that offense is now fully rolling again. The Texans are a team that everyone said were like contenders going into the season, and even though they're 3-1 right now, people are like fizzling out on them. Like maybe they're not who we thought they were type of vibes. The Bills played abysmal other than that one Josh Allen throw like across his body.
They were bad.
Going up
Bad.
Really bad. Really bad. I like this game as an over. It's 47.5 points, but I'm taking the Texans on this one.
Dan?
Question for you guys. This is why I love having you guys here, because I can get some insight in the locker room. How many points are the H-Town blue uniforms worth?
Oh, those are good.
Are they worth anything?
I hate Houston, but those
So
are good.
these are debuting, H-Town blue.
You're asking what the vibes will be like in the locker room. Like
How many
excited.
points? Yeah.
Remember, gambling guys really look.
Putting on a
I know,
different
I'm trying to-
uniform
I mean-
matters, right?
It does matter.
The storm
It
trees
absolutely
matter.
matters.
Oilers uniforms last year against
Right.
the Falcons. Will Levis all of a sudden went off.
Detroit just this last week against
Went off.
Seattle, where they're all
Y'all-
black.
yes.
Jared Goff literally played a perfect football game.
Yeah.
Was it 18 for 18?
Are those
Here's what I don't like them.
okay?
What's going on?
That's
I'm
a
taking the
personal-
Bills. There we
You
go.
don't- wait, you
No,
don't like the
I
color
like
scheme?
that.
No,
I got
no.
your knee-jerk reaction. I'm taking the Bills.
Okay. I don't like the logo. It's too baseball to me.
Okay,
That's all I'm gonna
perfect.
say.
Love that.
Okay.
Love that. I also think the Bills struggle against the run. The Ravens were a really bad matchup for them. The Bills have been very good against the pass. The Texans are going to want to pass. I think you get a bounce back from the Bills.
Did you hear my note about Joe Mixon coming back?
Yeah, I did, but I still think, I don't know. If you tell me
Second road
Joe
game in a
Mixon
row.
week one did no gloves, if it's that Joe Mixon, I would consider switching. If he's wearing gloves, I'm not switching.
And if you would have said you liked the uniforms, he would have probably switched. So this is really on you.
But I got a real reaction from you, which I
Yeah,
needed.
I don't like that.
I didn't want
don't-
you to think about it.
I
too
like the
much.
black. I don't like the H.
It's not black.
Casey,
it's
give
blue.
me the Texans.
Yeah.
You want the
Give
Texans?
me the Texans. I
Okay.
like the Texans.
Okay, the uniforms don't matter to you either.
They do a little bit, but I like the uniform.
They
I
absolutely
like the
have to
elbow.
matter.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
always matter.
They have to match.
But you
They
like
have
them.
to.
I
You
like
like
them,
them.
yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go to the Fireball Rapid Fire Picks of the Week. The Rapid Fire Pick segment is presented by Fireball Whiskey. Will, if you could go ahead and take that for me. So many things make football great, and you know what the best thing is? Kicking the living shit out of your rival. Cheers. There's nothing better than kicking the shit out of your rival, taking a fireball shot. This week we have the Ravens at the Bengals in an AFC North battle, and Fireball Whiskey is here to give you the spark to ignite that rivalry all season long. Grab your football buddy, buy around, and reignite that rivalry flame. It's also cold weather outside, and Fireball always tastes good when
Warms
it's
you
cold
up.
out.
Yep.
Warms you
your
up.
soul up.
Yep.
All right, first game, Colts at Jags. Will, the Jags minus 2.5.
Give me the Colts. I think the Jags are abysmal.
Maybe no Jonathan Taylor.
Where we at
Yeah,
on the
but
quarterback
100% Joe Flacco.
here? I was
Yeah.
going to say, where we at on the quarterback here? They've kind of kept it close to the vest. Do you have any more insight
I
off
think it's going to
Reddit?
be Flacco.
If it's Flacco, I think it's a no-brainer Colts. I like the Colts anyway, even with AR. But I like the Colts here, man, and especially if it is Joe Flacco, which it seems like it will be. There's just something about that savvy
About
vet
that
coming to lock.
spiral.
House money.
Yeah,
House money
knowing
guy.
what he did last year with the Browns, now he's going to do it with the Colts. It seems like the playbook opens up for him because he can operate. He can operate in way more concepts than AR. I love the Colts.
Dan?
And I think the Colts can make a run too if it's Joe Flacco the rest of the year.
So you're completely out on Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You're going to try to make a point there, but no.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm going to talk out of both sides of my mouth real quick. Doug Peterson in weird quotes. He's been just a quote
It was
machine.
terrible.
He said this week, I have not lost the locker room. That means you lost the locker room. If you have to say I have not lost the locker room, you've lost the locker room.
Yeah.
But here's why I'm going to take the Jaguars. Gus Bradley, probably the greatest right place, right time guy of all time. He was in Seattle for the start of the Legion of Boom, got a head coaching job out of that, has stuck around, bouncing around. Jalen Ramsey said when he was the coach of the Jaguars, Gus Bradley never changed anything. Whatever they ran week 1, they ran week 17. Never changed a thing.
All cover three.
All cover three.
All cover three.
Basically, he's a slump buster for a quarterback who's in a slump. Because it's like, you know what he's going to run, and there's going to be easy throws underneath, and it's just going to be there. So the last 4 games that the Jaguars have played against the Colts and Gus Bradley's defense, 24 points, 27 points, 31 points, 37 points. I think the Jaguars win this game.
Taylor?
Colts. I love Joe Flacco. I think the Jaguars. We talked about the spooky season of a little hot seat. Doug Peterson.
Oh, I mean, he's beyond the hot seat.
Yeah.
When
He's
you
a
have to say,
nuclear
I have
seat.
not lost the locker room.
Right.
At 0-4,
It's
right?
losing. You've lost it.
Yeah.
And if you've lost the locker room, because there's been coaches that get fired and all the players are kind of pissed about it, but this is one of those things, if you lose this one.
I just think this
maybe
is
even the players are kind of been like, he got to go.
Yeah, this is the one game where I think that they know what they're going to see, and Trevor Lawrence can maybe get a little bit out of his funk in this game. They're still a bad team. They're going to be a bad team, but I think this might be the week where they get a little bit of a reprieve.
Okay, Dan, the Dolphins at the Patriots. The Patriots.
Pass.
Yeah,
This game stinks.
-1. Oh, it's
Dolphins, Patriots.
awful.
I said in the
This
car
game-
right from the airport. I said,
Does anyone
have a coin? Does anyone have a coin?
This is going to be my pass game.
Does anyone have a coin?
Pass. So this is all
I need
pass?
a coin.
All right,
No, I
I'll
need a
take,
coin. Let's flip a coin.
Everybody is
Anybody
injured.
have a
Let's literally
coin?
flip a coin. Everyone's injured. Both these teams are the biggest bummer to watch.
Yeah.
It's a trash game.
This game bums me out.
Yes.
They're
You just
looking
put-
for a coin at the moment.
I'll just say,
All right, you know what? I'll go. All right. Let's just do it this way. Will, I have a number behind my back. If you get it right, it will be. We'll all three of us will go Patriots. It's 1 or 2.
2.
We're gonna go Dolphins. All right.
all right.
You can't this game. Don't gamble this game. I know I shouldn't say that. Do not gamble on this game.
If you
Do
are
we go
responsible
under?
on DraftKings.
I don't think we
Like
can.
36 and a half.
I don't think we can.
Well, I think we can, like, if
Yeah.
you do bet, maybe.
Oh,
look
yeah.
at the under.
Take the under.
Look
Take
at
the under. Take
I
the
think
under.
that if everybody at the desk agrees that you can take an over/under in this game,
Yeah,
it's so
fine.
bad.
All of us are
Under
taking
across
the
the
under.
board.
All of us are taking
Everybody's
the
taking
under.
the under.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
You know
That's
what,
way
like,
better. Because I actually do like the under in this game.
Yeah, love the under.
You have Jalen Phillips is out. Obviously, Tua is out. The Patriots' offensive line stinks, and they lost their center,
Andrews,
David
yeah.
Andrews. Like, this is a horrible, horrible game.
Taylor, you were originally going to put this as your playbook pick. Why?
Yeah,
Because I viewed it as like a gotta have a situation. Like, well, okay,
Okay.
what teams have to have it this week? Both these teams do. I was going to say Dolphins because it's like they're so bad on offense, they have to do something for Miami. Literally, Tommy Smokes. He Smokes walks in the door like, hey, what's going on with your Dolphins? He's like, we're fucking dead. It's over.
They are dead.
And they got to score just some points.
Yeah,
and they have a good opportunity this week against Patriots.
They should run Wildcat with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle.
You might as
Go
well.
old school
Might as well.
Dolphins.
Under.
Where do you guys land on the should the Patriots go with Drake May? Like the argument is you're a bad team. You're not going to get better. This season is kind of gone. You might as well get this guy some reps, get his feet wet. And then on the other side, it's their offensive line is so bad you don't want to get him killed. Which side do you guys?
I personally think you continue to stick with the plan because you had a plan before the season anyway of feeling like we're not going to be the best team and throw Jacoby out there. And just because they start losing and they look abysmal, it's like it's all going according to what you thought to begin with. So you might as well stick with the plan.
Okay.
But under across the board.
You think he should get out there?
I
and get
think
going?
you get into the week 10, 11, 12, everyone's kind of hurt, slowing down a little bit. You throw him out there. Last couple of games, you know the playoffs are out of hand. If he starts to take a lot of hits, you just put Brissett back in.
I used to be a big sit
Treat it
the
like
guy.
a preseason all year
just
long.
preseason.
Yeah.
Hey, preseason for the next season.
I used to be a big sit the guy person. Mark Schlereth changed my mind like 5-6 years ago. He was like, if he wasn't going to be the guy, like getting in there and getting sacked a bunch won't change him. He's like that. That's a mental toughness thing that like, if he can't overcome that, he was never going to be the guy.
And you might as well
I
get.
mean, I can agree
It's a
with that.
meathead thing, but I kind of agree with it.
Yeah,
you might as well-
I'm just saying it because it's like, hey, this was your plan all along. Like, why switch the plan now?
Yeah.
Just because you realized like you were going to be a bad football team.
Yeah.
and let him get the sacks out of the way maybe when it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
the season before. Okay.
It's like what's happening with Bo Nix, I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay, Cardinals at 49ers. Taylor, the 49ers -7.
Yeah, I'm taking the 49ers -7. Even with Christian McCaffrey out, the offense looks great. I think that team is going to find themselves deep in the playoffs yet again. The Cardinals, I mean, you kind of said with Cliff Kingsbury, even though he's in the Commanders now, like what was the week 1 game they played? Where
Cardinals
Kyler Murray looked
played-
amazing.
Yeah, he
was
looked
running all over the place. They
incredible.
tried to sack like 15 guys. He broke like 15 tackles and throws
Who
it
did they play?
to the end zone. I can't remember who they played,
Who did they play?
but I love
was gonna
I
bother
love
me.
the
Don't tell
Niners.
me.
I love their locker room. I love their leadership. I love their team. I'm going
Cardinals killed the Rams week 2. Maybe that's what you're thinking
that
of?
might have been it. That might have been.
That was the game that they beat them by like 30.
Everyone was
Right,
talking
but
about Kyler
everybody
Murray's
was-
Oh, they
drag.
played the Bills week 1. They lost.
Okay,
But
yeah,
he
the-
looked
the
good.
Rams one
You're
was the
thinking
one
the
I was
Rams
thinking
game. All right, still got it.
Great.
Yeah, you still got it.
That
Still
was
sharp.
just, that
quick.
was a
Rams were
memory
out like
thing.
their
That was
entire
for
offensive
you more than
line.
anybody else.
I needed
That was
I
a
needed
mental
that.
exercise.
No, you threw me an
Brains
alley-oop. I had to
reps.
dunk it.
I love
Okay.
the Niners.
Dan, who you taking?
I love the Cardinals.
Tell me why.
Just a spot.
Stat for you. Teams to lose by 17 points versus a team that won by 17 points are 60% against the spread last 20 years. So it's basically just the overreaction. And then teams to lose by 28 plus points the previous week and that are dogs by 4 points or more in their next game are 62%. Cardinals are a match for both. Not X's and O's, just going
Just
on
math.
those stats. Yeah.
Just math.
And it makes sense in the fact that you overreact to one, you overreact to both games, and then you got to find the middle.
Okay, Will?
I like the Niners
You're
here.
so good at stats.
But the 49ers easily blow them out. Like this doesn't really.
For sure.
It's not. I'm not. It's not like when Spice was here and I had my strong opinion about the Panthers. It's not like a strong opinion. Cardinals are going to win this game. It's just I'm just going with overreactions and.
Read the analytics.
And the margins in the NFL are a lot smaller than people realize, and no team is as bad as they look, and no team is as good as they look the previous week.
I think I'm going to stick with the Niners. I'm going to stick with the Niners just because
That actually makes me really confident.
I feel
You
like
guys are overreacting.
no, but I'm not. It's not like I'm confident that the Niners are going to blow them out. I just think that they're a team that they were presumed the powerhouse of the NFC, and now you're talking about Tampa Bay. You're talking about the Vikings. You're talking about the Lions. You're talking about everybody else. The Niners aren't being the team talked about right now, and I think they know that. And they're still one of the better offenses in the league. And
Yep.
I feel like
their offense has been great.
Yeah, they're going to still have that chip on their shoulder versus what they started off. How many did they win last year before they dropped one?
It was like five or
five
six.
and
They,
They were like
they played
5-0.
Cleveland, and Debo got hurt, and they lost 3 in a row.
Right, and they're just not in that situation. They're sitting at 2-2. I think they're feeling like they have a lot to prove, so that's why I like them over the Cardinals.
Okay, Will, right back to you. The Raiders at the Broncos. The Broncos minus 2.5.
This one's another weird one. I like the Broncos. I think Vance Joseph has that defense playing with their hair on fire. Yeah, the Broncos, they don't have much of an offense. Part of me feels like last week was such a weather game with the Jets that they couldn't get anything going. But I like the Broncos, man. I think the Raiders have too much going on. And Max, I know he feels confident in playing this week, but if you don't have Max Crosby on the field, they also don't have another linebacker, Diablo, who's a pretty good player. Like
Best last name.
If you're missing Max Crosby, and again, I
What
know
would
he's
happen?
confident.
Maybe beat the Browns?
Again, that's the Browns.
'Kay.
We're talking about the Broncos.
Okay.
We're talking about Bo Nix. We talk about Bo Nix. And the professionalism out there in Denver, I think the altitude. I
You
think-
with Bo Nix is professional.
Nix.
I think the drama going on
You
with
love Bo Nix.
I
He
think
loves
the
it.
drama going on with Devontae Adams too. Again, I like the Broncos.
Dan Lanning said good things about Bo Nix, right?
Great things.
Yeah.
Let him babysit. That type of cat.
That's
We'll let him date his
that
daughter.
doesn't mean you
type
can play
of
quarterback.
mentality.
That doesn't
Okay.
mean you can play quarterback.
Just keep. Hey, that's the rookie.
You'd
going out
let
there.
me
He's taking his
babysit. Would
hits
you
right
let me
now.
babysit?
Get in the
Would
back.
you let me babysit?
Of course, I would let you
Okay.
babysit.
Do you think I could complete a pass in the NFL?
Fair point. Very fair point. Very fair point.
I'm with you though. I'm taking the Broncos. This is the game where it wouldn't shock me if we get screwed and the Broncos win by 2 because the Broncos can't do anything on offense. Their defense is very good. And more than anything, I'm taking the Broncos because without Devontae Adams, Patrick Surtain is a lockdown corner. He's now going to their second guy. Everything gets easier across the board when you don't have a guy like Devontae out there. I'm taking the Broncos, but this game is going to be ugly.
Taylor?
Yeah, I'm going with the Broncos as well. The distraction of Devontae Adams, him coming out. You were talking about guys being on quit watch.
Yep.
He's
Oh,
done it. He's
yeah.
quit. He's over it. So, and the Broncos, obviously playing in Denver is a really difficult thing to do. Keeping your lungs in that situation is hard, especially when your team's down. You're losing the locker room a little bit, AP. And then the thought of Max Crosby not playing is terrifying for me for Raiders country.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan, the Packers at the Rams. The Packers minus 3.
I'm going to take the Packers. Jordan Love, I was really excited for those first 3 quarters when he threw 3 interceptions, or 2 interceptions, then he threw a third later, but he's good.
If you're going Packers, like I'm right with you on this pick because I don't feel like I'm seeing the field very.
I just think Jordan Love has gotten, he maybe shouldn't have played that game against the Vikings. He came out bad, but he found something at the end, and they caught fire. I know Christian Watson, I think, is out, but I just think the Packers, they're a good team, and the Rams are just a mash unit right now. They just got no one.
Right. And knowing that Jordan Love didn't take like a step back coming back from that MCL,
Yeah.
he's going to be firing.
And you know, if Dan's taking the Packers, it's usually he doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to.
Love
He doesn't
to make
wanna
the case
take
for the
it.
Rams.
Right.
I'd love to.
So
make
he
the case
actually
for the Rams.
believes
Yeah.
in that pick.
I mean, everything's saying Jordan Love. He probably played a game too early, but finding the confidence he did in the back half of that game, he says he feels great now.
So Packers across the board?
Packers across the board.
Across the board. All right, Taylor, the Giants at the Seahawks. The Seahawks -6.5.
Let me get the Seahawks.
Okay.
I just think the Giants. I have no trust in the Giants. Daniels, it's just bad. It's just really bad to me over there. I don't like it. I think the Seahawks are a feisty team.
Yeah.
And they're gonna get after it.
Dan, before you pick this one,
Yeah.
this is going to be my question this week.
Okay.
Am I seeing this correctly? That it just seems like
Yes.
going across the country.
Correct.
6.5. It's not like 10.5.
Correct. It's definitely. I want to make the case for the Giants because the Seahawks just played a Monday night game where a shitload of snaps. Their defense is injured. I want to make the case for the Giants. I think I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have like a clause in my pick here.
What is the clause?
I'm taking the Seahawks unless Malik Neighbors plays. Then I'm taking the Giants. I just don't. So I looked at this game and I was
Malik
like,
Davis is not playing.
he's officially not.
Oh, he's in concussion protocol.
But he
Usually
did have an
it's
extra day. He did have a couple extra days. It was Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
Sometimes guys can come back from that. But so yes, Will, you're exactly right. I saw this game and I was like, I want to make the case for the Giants. I just think if they don't have Malik Neighbors, what is that offense?
Right. They legitimately have
like
no chance.
what is that offense?
Because the Seahawks are a very good team.
Right, and it's just like Malik Neighbors can keep them in the game. Without him, who's beating anyone? No one is.
No one.
So that's if Malik Neighbors plays, I'll take the Giants. If he doesn't, I'm taking.
Asterisk is there. Okay, well.
But you're right about
no,
it. Like I wanted to take the Giants here.
Because it feels so obvious for the Seahawks that it's like, man, maybe this is the spot you go Giants. I'm going to go Giants across the board. So no clause. No clause.
No clause. No asterisk.
Even if it's dirty.
Okay. All right. And then lastly, Monday Night Football, Dan, the Saints at the Chiefs -5.5.
I think I'm going to take the Saints. The Saints' defense is good. Their offense has taken a step back. I'm worried a little bit about protecting Derek Carr because it definitely has looked like they got some injuries on the offensive line and it has gone backwards the last 2 weeks. But the Chiefs just don't play. They just don't blow teams out anymore.
Yeah, and they lost. And they lost Rice.
Yeah, like they don't blow.
His mom's out there stealing.
Yeah, that was
It's
crazy.
crazy. That was crazy.
Stealing finals.
The Chiefs are
what?
like, you have to like reimagine what the Chiefs are. They win games. They're still the best team in the NFL, but they're doing it with defense and like staying in games and Mahomes just being Mahomes at the end of the game. So I'm gonna take the Saints to cover. Chiefs to win.
I like the Saints too. I took them on the locker room. I like the Saints here. I think they got a good shot in KC. Yeah, I'm going Saints.
Taylor?
I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes' press conference after, just talking about how it's not about stats, it's about getting wins, and obviously they have wins, but the process has not been great. The way guys have handled themselves has not been great. Everyone's been throwing shade at Travis Kelce. Is he washed? He's done. That's it. Like, it just seems like when a team has won 2 Super Bowls and there's zero reason to have any chip, they're now manufacturing their own chips to have on their shoulders.
I was going to ask you guys this. Why did those guys wear like a tribute shirt to Travis Kelce like he died? Did you see that?
No, what happened?
Like, did you see that, Dan?
Yeah, I did.
Like
Yeah,
why
they
did
were all wearing Travis Kelce shirts.
like the players were
Yeah, before the game against the Chargers.
like in
boost the
memory
boy up.
of
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, that's good. That's exactly what I want.
That's for good vibes. Yeah.
That's what I want because I feel like people are starting to slowly be out on Travis Kelce. Patrick Mahomes has been like, yeah, we're 4-0, but it's not good enough. And I just think with that type of concoction, you have a perfect locker room to be like, guys, yeah, the record looks good. We can feel good about that. But if we keep doing X, Y, and Z, we're going to get God eventually. And they've proven year after year that they're a team that can keep the ship steady when things are not going their way.
Yeah.
Even though things are going their way.
The locker room knows that that's being said, so they're almost trolling to the
So I
wall.
The wide receivers all wore this shirt before the game last week. This like Travis Kelce shirt.
Yeah, I love the Saints. Love the Saints.
Yeah.
Were you thinking about flipping?
No.
Okay.
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 That's all right.
gave me a
I'll stand
look. You
alone.
had a
No, my
I'll stand
brain
alone.
stopped for a second.
Okay.
I was thinking about my hot take.
Oh yeah.
Forgot.
Okay.
I have
Do you want to go first? You want
Yeah,
somebody
sure.
else
I'll
go
go
first?
one. I was close last week. I was close.
Hot takes.
Who was the other undefeated team that?
It was the Chiefs and the Vikings.
Vikings. Yeah. So
You only have
3
one
undefeated
left.
teams
Yep.
did lose. Pass.
Okay.
Najee
Will?
Harris has his first 100-yard game.
Oh, I like that.
Against the Dallas run defense.
I like that.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Jerry likes that. That you got a nice smile out of Jerry
I
over
like
there.
that. I
Okay.
like that a lot.
Taylor, do you have a hot take this week? Everybody's got like the wide eyes, like I'm like the teacher.
Pass back. Pass back.
Right, no
Okay.
pass.
Yeah,
Nobody,
like
nobody
you're-
wants
like
to be
you're the
called on
teacher.
by the
Pass back.
teacher.
Pass,
I know.
okay.
As a teacher. Jerry, do you have a hot take?
Steelers are going to the Super Bowl.
Okay, that's. I'll go 3 touchdowns for Caleb Williams on Sunday. 3.
Okay?
3.
I had a question for you guys. Have you guys ever played with an elite punter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brett Kern.
Stress away. Brett Kern.
What's the vibes on the sidelines with an elite punter? You like, you don't want to punt, obviously, but when he punts, you're like, this is gonna be awesome.
Didn't they make like a
Yeah,
hype
it's
reel
like
for him
you
this
feel like
week?
somebody's trying to strike a hole in one.
Yeah.
You're like, man, look at him out there.
Okay.
What a punt.
Because Torrey Taylor is like, I don't know if you guys saw, but he had 5 punts within the 20, and he kicked one that was 66 yards to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It was.
And they made a highlight reel, a hype
And like
video.
people obviously are like, oh well, Caleb Williams said before the season he's not gonna have to punt much. Like I get excited when he punts. I do. Like how far is
You're
this
like,
one
let's
gonna
see
go?
him flip the field.
I think I can honestly say I never watched a punt live. Not once. Not one time. Just
I guess
right off
like
the
it's
field.
probably different for the
Yeah,
offense.
because you're on
versus
the other
right.
side. You're
Right.
you're on the field
On the
for the
punt.
punt.
Yeah, you're on the, yeah.
I'm jogging down like, fuck, what a punt.
You're running off being like, fuck, we failed.
Yeah, we failed.
yeah.
Another
I
3 and out.
I would assume the offense doesn't like punts as much as maybe like the defense or the special teams
But I
does.
I fucking love when he
Yeah,
punts.
just a
I don't want him to punt, but when he does,
You like it.
damn.
If you're gonna punt, you want a good punter.
Yeah.
And you've got one. Your hot take, Taylor.
Will Levis will still find a way to go viral on a bye week. That's my hot take.
For good or bad reasons.
That's a good hot
Either one.
take.
Either one?
Yeah.
Took me a minute, it came right there. That's my hot take.
That's what you landed on. You were happy about that one.
Oh man.
Okay, so Survivor pool picks. Only Jerry and Dan are alive. Will, you're god awful.
You lost every week.
You lost every week.
How's this
so
possible,
bad. Since I
dude?
started the show, I've lost every Survivor pool pick. The Stoolvivor anytime touchdown, I've lost every one of those. I can't find a win anywhere. I truly, I suck. I suck at Survivor pool.
Taylor, this is now the 3rd time we've restarted in week 5. Like,
Oh,
it's been
shit.
that bad. Like, there was one week where they all lost, so now only Jerry and Dan are alive. You guys both took the 49ers last week. Who are you taking this week?
I'm in trouble because I was gonna take the Seahawks, but I've already taken.
Yeah, so you've taken the Seahawks, the Ravens, the Bengals, and the 49ers.
Boy, you know what? I'll take the Bears.
Okay, the Bears.
Bears gonna win that game.
And then, Jerry, you've taken the Vikings, the Chargers, the Bucks, and the 49ers.
I'll take the Jaguars.
Ooh, see, this is for another point. Jerry's got
Jerry
1
has
point
1
on
point.
us.
Yeah.
And hey, look, Jerry usually picks some like
Yeah, tough
risky
ones.
plays and
Tough
he
ones.
hits them.
Yeah,
I like the
like
Jags,
that.
yeah.
it's
hits
been a
it.
bloodbath. Yeah, Will, have you gotten one right?
No, I legitimately haven't. I had Mexican last night. It came out in the Will Compton Museum earlier, and I just looked down and I'm like, there's my Survivor pool right there.
Why every time to finish the show you guys have to be disgusting? Also, again, reminder that there are we have new social handles for the show, so if you want to catch all these types of moments, go follow that. Anything else, guys?
No, great show.
show.
Great
Love
show.
doing it.
Happy
Always
Spook-
fun. Always
Yes.
fun to
Win
be
'em.
here.
Yes,
Happy
let's win them all.
Spooktober. Yeah, let's win them all. We'll see you guys next week.